future, humanity has established bases and research stations across the solar system. On Mars, the UAC, Union Aerospace Corporation, harnesses the incredible but mysterious Argent energy, which has revitalized humanity, helping to end all energy concerns and ushering a new golden age of progress. Argent energy is seemingly endless, incredibly efficient, and seems to break several laws of physics. Most believe that it is harvested from Mars itself. The reality is much more terrifying. But let's back up a bit. In the late 21st century, the Argent fracture was discovered on Mars. The fracture expelled Argent plasma, which researchers realized could be harnessed to help alleviate energy concerns on Earth. Mars was subsequently terraformed by the UAC, and a large energy collection and transfer station was created. The energy is now the primary source of power for humanity across the solar system. The center of the UAC's base is the Argent Tower, which performs primary harvesting duty and beams energy to other planets and outposts. However, the energy does not come from the planet itself, and the Argent fracture is actually a trans-dimensional rift. Exploration and research by the UAC reveals the true source of the energy is the dimension of hell itself. The UAC remained heavily secretive about their discoveries, and the true nature of their mining operations was known to no one outside of the company. After the construction of the Argent Tower, the UAC began to send parties to hell. Whether through the existing rift or a portal they created themselves is unclear, but what we do know is that with the rumored exception of Samuel Hayden, cyborg leader of the Argent facility, no one who traveled to hell returned. Nonetheless, with the help of drones and robots, the UAC slowly began to map hell and sent back samples, including demons, for study on Mars. Little is known about what was discovered, but the UAC managed to secure various relics and stones which told a history of the region. Hell had apparently experienced several wars, including one against a man, or perhaps a god, whom they had locked within a sarcophagus. The sarcophagus was sent back to the UAC and hidden by Samuel Hayden. Lazarus Labs was established on Mars to study transdimensional objects, and was by far the most secret and strange arm of the UAC. Leading the division was Olivia Pierce, supposed protege to Samuel Hayden. The conduct of those on the Lazarus Project was very disturbing, and it's clear that working with hell and transdimensional objects in this way had a corrupting effect of all those on Mars, and especially Olivia Pierce, who became obsessed with an artifact known as the Helix Stone. The first signs of corruption was the use of spiritual energy field theory, a fringe science which typically used occult practices. Soon, workers were promoted based on their degree of devotion, and new advocates, as they were called, were encouraged to get pentagram tattoos and to generally reject a fear of hell and preach acceptance. Such strong devotion was expected that in the case of an interdimensional encounter, workers were expected not to run, so the demons wouldn't mutilate their corpse, such that information could still be learned. The corruption culminated with Olivia Pierce's ultimate goal of opening the gates of hell and merging the two dimensions, and this objective made its way through the entirety of the Lazarus team. Upon acceptance to the project, new advocates were played the following message. Fellow disciple, this message has been sent to you in recognition of your service to the Lazarus Project. You have been granted the highest level of clearance, and as such are expected to partake in all rituals, sacrifices, and vivisection programs, both demon and human, as requested, whether as a practitioner of the dark arts or as a patient of the cleansing. As we work tirelessly to open the gates of hell, remember our mantra, the science will cleanse us. The enemy will come, and we must be ready. While we are decoding the latest artifacts and relics, there will be no rest, no leave, and no sleep. We must succeed. Our lives mean nothing. Opening the gate is everything. When not working on the Lazarus Project, take some time to think about what comes after we open the gates. Picture yourself transported to the wide open Umbral plains, or the steps of the great cathedrals of Argent-Deneur, or the glassy shores of the Lake of Fire. Imagine yourself worshipping before the icon of sin, in awe of its splendor, even as it sleeps till the call of age comes. Envision chanting the names of the Dark Lords in the correct order, empowering them with your rote learning. Fantasize about how it will feel to sense the caress of the Bukovic as it rises from the blood pools of Angax and strangles the life out of you. Now you can return to work, Advocate, for now you know why we do this. So obviously the corruption ran extraordinarily deep. So deep that one wonders, how did Samuel Hayden, leader of the facility, not realize the danger of what was happening? The full extent of Olivia Pierce's mind warp seems to actually surprise the cyborg, and it's fairly obvious that the allure of infinite power and propelling humanity to their next age obsessed him in a way similar to Olivia. This brings us to the events of Doom 2016. Olivia Pierce has finally began her ultimate goal. She has destabilized the UAC facility on Mars by opening portals across the planet. Demons have possessed or killed most remaining living beings, and the only thing stopping her from her ultimate goal of climbing the Argent Tower and opening a permanent rift between Hell and our dimension is the Doomslayer, unleashed from his sarcophagus by Samuel Hayden. Play Doom 2016 to find out whether and how Doomguy manages to stop Pierce from opening a permanent portal between the two dimensions. Perhaps that will be a topic for another video. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Today's content was a little bit different, so if you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like. I wasn't able to capture content for today's video because I played through the game on my Xbox. All content is from a YouTuber known as Gamer's Little Playground. I've put a link to their video down in the description. Anyway, until next time guys, this has been EckhartsLadder. May the Force be with you.